What's up, guys? This is 321 Baseball here, and in today's video, I'll be covering some of the craziness going around the MLB in the past few days on what things should look like coming up to the trade deadline for each team. First, though, I want to talk about yesterday's biggest takeaways and trades. Alright, so one of the first big trades I'm going to talk about today is Isaac Paredes going to the Cubs. So let me just say, if you don't know who Isaac Paredes is, well, you should, because this kid does mashes. So far with the Rays this season, this kid's in 245, 16 home runs, 89 hits, 55 RBI, 41 home runs with a 357 on-base percentage, and a 127 LPS plus, as well as above-average defense. To be honest, the most confusing part of this trade for me is why the Rays keep trading away assets. They're only 3 games back from the wild card in the AL. Meanwhile, the Cubs are 5 back in the NL. And Isaac Paredes, he led the Rays in home runs, RBIs, total bases, walks, on-base percentage, first with over 60 games played in slugging, OPS, and first in WAR. But the big thing about this is not just them trading away Isaac Paredes, but it's really just saying that the Rays are going to be sellers at this deadline. They've traded away Zach Eflin and Jason Adam in the past few days. So it looks like even though they're 6-4 in the last 10 and have won 2 straight games, they're still going to sell at this deadline. Meanwhile, the Cubs, who are 5-5 in the last 10 and have won 2 straight and are playing a bit better lately, that are still 5 games back, looks like they might buy at this deadline. Alright, enough said about Paredes' stats. Now let's talk about what he's going to do to help this Cubs team out and why they spent so much to get him. As of right now, in positional war at third base, by Fangraphs, the Rays are 6th and the Cubs are 17th. Although the Cubs might have bigger needs like catching right now, I think they just had to get rid of Morel, even though he's a fan favorite. So far this season, he has a .1 WAR with a 199 batting average, 18 home runs, and an 89 LPS plus, as well as being one of the worst defenders in the MLB. Although Morel has shown a lot of power, 18 home runs this season, 60 in his career in 323 games, Isaac Paredes pretty much matches that. 69 home runs in 412 games. It's not quite as much, but in the span of 2022 to 2023, he had 51 home runs and he already has 16 this year, so his power has been a lot more prominent of lately. Isaac Paredes, however, the Rays didn't just get Christopher Morel, but they also got Hunter Biggie, the fast-throwing reliever, and also Ty Johnson, who's also a minor league reliever. Hunter Biggie came up a few weeks ago and has only pitched 3.1 innings so far and has a 2.70 ERA and a .1 WAR with a 1.5 WHIP. This season in the minors, however, Hunter Biggie has been incredible. He has a 1.17 ERA in 14 games with a .78 WHIP and 23 strikeouts in just 15.1 innings. Ty Johnson, on the other hand, hasn't been as great, but he's still been good. He's 1-4, which obviously isn't good, but with a 3.54 ERA in 18 games, 10 starts, and with a 61 innings pitched with a 1.15 WHIP and 81 Ks in that time. So these next few trades I'm going to cover, I will cover more vaguely because they happened a few days ago, but I haven't made a video about them, so I'm still going to cover them a bit. And the first one of those trades is Jazz Chisholm Jr. to the Yankees. And to be honest, with this trade, the Yankees now might have the best outfield in the MLB. They have Jazz Chisholm Jr., they have Aaron Judge, they have Juan Soto, Alex Verdugo, Trent Grisham. They're just stacked in the outfield. And with Giancarlo standing on that IL, maybe they need one of those guys to DH now. Anyways, for the Marlins standpoint, this isn't that surprising. Obviously they're going to sell at the deadline. They're the second worst team in the NL, one of the worst teams in the MLB. But they actually got some decent stuff, I guess. They got a catcher and 2 infielders, which are 2 positions they kind of lack. Augustin Ramirez, the catcher they got, so far has 20 home runs this season in the minors, and is in 269 with a 358 on-base percentage and an 862 OPS, as long as 18 steals and 69 RBI. So obviously he's got some power and also speed, which is a good combination for a catcher. One of the infielders, they got Jared Zerna. He's in Double A. He's a shortstop, which they definitely need a shortstop since Tim Anderson is not good anymore. But he's in 253, 341 on base percentage and 13 home runs, as well as 11 steals. So he's got some power and also contact, so he could definitely turn into something. The next guy they got actually is the other guy. 2 guys are 22. This guy's 19. He's in the rookie affiliate for the Marlins. But he's lighting up. He's in 348 with just 2 home runs and 158 at bats. But so not a lot so far. But this kid's definitely very young, and he has a bright future ahead of him. So, I mean, I kind of like this for the Marlins. He's a second baseman, which they need, but I'm sure it'll be several years if he ever makes it to MLB before he gets there. Honestly, I actually think this is a better deal for the Marlins than for the Yankees. The Yankees already have a lot of outfielders, but Just has 2 more years left on his contract. So, I mean, I think it's good for the Marlins to get rid of him now, and since the Marlins season is already pretty much done, I think it's good for them to get some prospects to build for the future, especially in positions who really, really need them. For the Yankees, they're about to play the best team in baseball, the Phillies, so definitely going to need all the manpower they can get. So I think really it's a good trade for both. The Yankees have been struggling more of late, definitely. So I think this might help turn them around and get them going for the postseason to make a run and maybe make it to the World Series. One more thing that happened for the Marlins lately, they actually put Josh Bell on waivers, the first baseman. He's in just 239, 303, 396 this year with a WRC plus of 96. And he doesn't have good defense either, so I guess they just cut him. I mean, he's old now, and I guess nobody really wants him, so they just put him on waivers now, and just kind of get into rebuild, I guess. Alright, last trade I'm going to cover today is that Michael Lorenzen from the Rangers actually got traded to the Royals just like an hour ago. If you don't know who Michael Lorenzen is, he's a 32-year-old. He's pitched 101 and 2/3 innings this year with the Rangers, and he's a 3.81 ERA, which is solid, but he only has a 17.9% strikeout rate and 11.5% walk rate, so which the strikeout rate's below the average and the walk rate is above the average, so that's not very good. Walter Pennington, the guy that the Rangers got, he's 6-3 this year with a 2.26 ERA and below 1 WHIP with 79 strikeouts. So all that seems pretty good. The bad part is he's already 26, so although he's a good prospect, he is getting up there in age already. So in conclusion, this trade, I don't really think too much. I don't think the Rangers are going to sell. I mean, they won the World Series last year. Even though they are doing too good this season, they're still playing better of lately. I think the Royals has traded to get some relievers since the Cubs kind of lit up their bullpen this weekend. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and also just keep tuning into this channel, and I'll have more updates on the trade deadline as it closes in tomorrow.